and welcome along to Northern Farms. The bales need clearing on field 5. How much will we make from the bales? Let's get farming. We need just 5 more bales on this trailer for a full trailer. I don't think we've got enough space on here to put a load up the top as well. So I'm just going to get sort of 5 more on here, and then we'll go and do a sell-off of these. I think the rest will then fit on the trailer. I don't think it's actually much more than a single row for the rest. So we'll get this loaded up and finished off. In fact, I've identified at the bottom end of the field 4 bales here that will be perfect for finishing this field off. So we'll grab the 2 down here first and get them loaded up. And then we'll grab the other 2 that you can see just at the top of the screen there. That way it'll be nicely done, loaded up, and can make a decent amount of cash straight away today. We're actually for once not in the red, and that's partly because we went and borrowed a whole load of money last time. So that's not due to us actually having made money. That's due to us just having borrowed more than we needed. Another job I'd like to get done today, if we have time, is to get the grass planted just the other side of our yard in field 9. So if we can get that done today as well, that would be really good. We're going to get these loaded up first, so we'll see how much money we make, and then we'll come back and we'll load up a second lot. I had hoped that we might get a cut of silage in before the end of the year, but I don't think that's actually going to happen. Get that strapped down. Don't have any straps in the middle here, but that should be enough to hold everything. So that's good. Let's turn this off, and we'll head down to the shop and work out exactly where to sell these. Start up the engine. There we are. And into a higher gear, and away we go. So we're headed to the northern bale and grain sell point. That is down by the BGA. We've been here a couple of times before selling the silage bales. Now, if I remember correctly, it's the first entrance here and not the second. By first, I mean the left-hand one. So not going into there. That's a grain sell point. This is the entrance to the bale sell point down the end here in the BGA itself. Yeah, there it is. Nice big green box. So we'll pull this round, and then we can back up into the sell point. The rain has really started to chuck down since we got here. Or since we started getting here, and as a result, I think our field might be a little bit muddy by the time we get back. We made about 10 grand off that. In fact, no, we made about 11 grand off that. We're up to 15,062. That's really good. So I don't think we've got another full trailer to load up. But we should pass 20 grand before the end of today. It gets so dark when there's this much rain falling. It's absolutely crazy. I've had to put my lights on to try and make sure that we can see enough. It does look like it might be lightening up a little bit. We've got nothing on the actual screen, though, for that. And yeah, look, you can see we're already sinking into the mud. We're going to have to be a little bit careful as to exactly how we load things up. We will park in the middle of the field here. And I mustn't make too many maneuvers around with our telehandler here, or I'm going to end up with a stuck telehandler. In fact, I'm pretty sure I just saw that drop down into the ground when... I went to get this first bale here. This could be an interesting position to be in, because the moment we get out of the field, we get out of the mud. Right, and carefully in for the second one, pick it up, and yeah, we have got a fairly clean first load. Definitely getting harder to push through this field with this rain. I'm hoping it's not going to go on too long. And in actual fact, the weather itself is showing sunshine in a bit. With any luck, things will clear up fairly quickly within the hour, and we'll be able to actually not be creating giant rots on our field the whole time. We'll just strap those down and get these on. As I was saying earlier, we're not going to have a full trailer again like we had with the last lot off here. There's 2 bales up the top. I've got 2 bales down here, 2 bales there. I think we're going to have just over a single level of bales off this field. So, yeah, not going to be too bad, but not going to be anywhere near the heights of the first trailer that we got off these 2 fields. We're really struggling through this field now. The ground has got so wet that we're digging in deep in the mud. We are down to our last 3 bales, though, after these 2. So we'll get these onto the trailer. Now, I could put 2 of the last 3 bales right at the back there. In fact, we want to move that up a little bit and just sort of even things. There we go. But that might not be that easy to do. And in fact, what I think I'm going to do instead is try and put them over the top in the middle a little bit. We want to make sure the trailer can get off the field is the only thing, because we've had quite a bit of rain since we parked it up here. I had really hoped this would clear up by about 11 o'clock, but it really hasn't. We are very deep in the mud, and we really need it to clear up soon. Otherwise, trying to plant grass is just going to be so difficult. It needs at least a couple of hours to dry out as well. So, yeah, it's going to be quite a late seeding, I think. But we have got all the bales loaded up. We just need to strap them all down. So, get them strapped down. And, yeah, let's get our little telehandler here out of all this mud and back to the yard. Because we don't need that here anymore. We need to get that... probably, I think, back over to the yard over here. Although my plan originally for this was that this wouldn't be kept over the yard with our other stuff. This would be kept in the cow yard, where it's going to be used a lot more. Time to get the second lot off. And yeah, look at that, sinking down into the mud. It should be powerful enough to get off this field, especially if we don't let up on the throttle now. And out the field we go. Fantastic. Oh, I don't think we're going to get a chance to get that mulched unless things dry out quite considerably before we get started. Back to the bale sell point we come. Spin it around, reverse it in. Don't want to hit that pipe, so we'll just back this up. Need to spin it around slightly earlier, I think. Then we can get everything into position, and the rain stopped. Fantastic. Really pleased about that. So we've got a little while now, and then things should dry out. And once everything's dried out, we'll be able to crack on with things. I think we should be able to do the mulching with this tractor. If we get this tractor doing the mulching and then our Massey doing the actual seeding of the grass, then we'll be in a good place. And we've hit 6,000 with that, so that's really good news. 19,669, so not quite the 20,000 I thought we might get. I think I want some sort of shed that I can stick down this corner here that will fit in this area. Something that's, yeah, about this sort of length, so that sort of width, and then about that sort of length. that will fit in there. It'd be nice if there was a sort of a triangular one, but that isn't really possible. Right, I need to go and find my mulcher. Fairly sure we have got one on here. If we don't, we're going to go and have to lease one because I don't think we have the money to buy one outright. Yes, I completely forgot. We do have a mulcher and it goes on the front of the tractor ahead of us doing the cultivating. So in actual fact, I don't think we need the mulcher today. I think we can get away with not doing it. And instead, we'll just jump in the Massey and grab our seeder there and see if we can get some grass seed in the field. Now, normally, I would consider ploughing this field before putting grass into it. But I don't think grass needs to actually have a or worry about the ploughing state very much. It's one of those things that just doesn't seem to affect it. No, connect that up, connect those up. Doesn't look like all my pipes are connected. I've moved it out of the shed because I couldn't exactly see what was going on. There we go. We're not connecting up the PTO. There we are. Right. Lift that up. Turn it on. Yeah, that is all working. We've got 447 liters of seed. I'm really hoping that's going to be enough to get the grass down on this field. So I'm going to line myself up on this top edge over here, like so. We'll turn this on. We will activate the GPS, and then we'll set our first waypoint. Down goes my seeder, and away we go, getting the grass in. And set my second waypoint, that, and appears to be that's the angle we're going to go for. So there will be a little bit of clearing up along this edge, which is about normal for what we have on here. Now, I had hoped we were going to get a cut of grass off here this year. Unfortunately, with the way things are gone, that's just not possible. What we'll end up doing, I think, is getting one early next year. That will probably be a fairly horrible yield for the grass. That's because the grass is not gonna be mulched or fully set up or anything. So we're gonna have to take a hit early on. That's not a huge problem. We need to do a cut of hay at that point, so we'll do that. And the idea is to try and get 4 or at least 3 cuts of grass off here a year. That way we'll get the maximum out of the small area of grass that we have that we can. The ground has dried out quite nicely at this point, and we're not sinking in anymore, which is great news. We've got a massive field of carrots to do. I think that is probably going to take us a couple of days to get through that. We're going to try using that piece of kit that we talked about using last year. So rather than going with the longer multi-boxed harvester, we're going to try the single box harvester and see if that works better for us this year. I'm hoping it will. I think it will. We should be in a place where that allows us to get everything up. We're only using this. It'll give us the maneuverability we want. And if we try and take out maybe the headlands first, that should mean that we have space to put boxes to then load up. And in fact, with that field being there right next to here, we might be able to put the flatbed over here ready for us to load up. We're going to get a lot more boxes, though, of carrots off there this year than we got off this little field last year. Good news is it looks like we are going to have plenty of seed to get this job done. There's still 300 odd liters of seed in our seeder. And yeah, we are, well, a good 2/3 of the way through this field. That's fantastic news. To not have to spend any extra cash getting the rest of this field done is fantastic. We're getting into the fiddly bit at the last part of this field. And I'm reminded of something that I've said before with using this equipment. You might be able to see with what we've done here. I don't know if it is very easy to see. There's little patches here that aren't planted because our actual machine, our cultivator, is a separate bit from our seeder. So there's a gap. And if we look where the grass is seeded, we've got a couple of gaps up the top. I think we've got too much stuff around us here. But we need to be careful of that while we are actually seeding this and make sure that we don't leave any gaps at the end. That way, we could end up with just little bits of the field which have no actual grass in them, which we really want to avoid at all costs. As a result, I think I'm probably going to go round the headlands. There's a possibility we've done that there. There's a possibility that we've done it in a couple of other places as well. So I just want to make sure that everywhere that we have seeded does actually have seeds in it. So as a result, I'm now just working my way around the headland, making sure that we are actually seeding or that we have seeds in everywhere. My seed amount isn't going down, so I think we should be okay. I don't think there's any actual issues or gaps that we have in our grass field, which is great news. Yep, we're looking pretty good all over the field. Fantastic. So that is that job done. I'm quite pleased with that. That means that we're all done and dusted with that. This seeder can now remain over here. We do need to build some more buildings. And I think once we've sold this year's crop, we'll be able to do just that and extend our farmyard a bit. So we will disconnect this here. If we can get in the right position for it. Yeah, you see, I end up getting that back section. There we are. And disconnect that. Perfect. So next time we'll be able to take the Massey and start getting the carrots in. For today, though, I think we've got everything done. And our 2-month setup should really come into play with the carrot harvest next month. That will give us plenty of time to get that done. As it is, we're all done for October. So all that remains is for me to say
thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.